Hey friends! I'm dropping in to share with you a little bit of a tutorial today. Some questions have come up about taking photos using your iPhone, especially if you are interested in taking photos of, number one, pictures for your scrapbooking, and number two, pictures of your completed projects that you want to upload to social media. I'm doing this video a second time because the first one that I did felt really long-winded. I have a knack for being long-winded, so I'm going to try and tighten this up and do it a little bit more concisely. I'm gonna split my video into two parts. One tackling pictures of your projects to upload to social media. The other video will be more focused on taking photos for your scrapbooking projects. I am not a professional. I just need to say that right now, clear the air. I just want to share some tips that I have come across over the years for taking photos of my projects and taking photos for my projects. And I thought that they might help you as well. So I'm going to begin by sharing tips for taking photos of your projects and the tools that I use and the way that I go about using it, including what app I use to edit my photos. And then I will, at some point in the future, soon, I will do another video outlining taking photos with my iPhone. I use an iPhone 12 Max Pro Max, whatever it's called, the 12 anyways. And I do all of my recording, take all of my photos, everything with this cell phone. I love it. Picture taking with your cell phone has come a long ways in the last few years, and there's no reason why you can't get professional looking photos with your iPhone, even if you're not a professional photographer. I am not by any means. But I just, like I said earlier, just want to share with you some of the things that I have learned, and hopefully you will find that helpful. So I'm going to switch the camera around and share with you how I take photos of my projects for uploading to social media. That could be anything. If you want to post it to Facebook, if you want to post it to your YouTube video, Instagram, wherever you want to post it, I would use this process for any of those platforms. So the thing that you want to keep in mind, first and foremost, when you are taking photos of your completed projects, what room in your home has the best light? For me, it's in my kitchen. I'm standing at my kitchen table right now. You can see that I'm standing on my kitchen chair. I'll explain why in just a moment. But the reason you want the brightest room is because you want to utilize the natural light. You don't want to take your photos in direct sunlight. It's too harsh, and then you will have shadows that you'll be dealing with as well. So find a room that has really good light. Take photos near a window. Obviously that is letting in that natural light. And also use foam core board. You can get this at the Dollarama. I have two of them. One is laying flat on my kitchen table. The other one is propped up next to it, and it is leaning on one of my kitchen chairs. What this does is reflects that light, which then will brighten your photos when you take them. So foam core board is really important, as is the natural light. You're gonna have to play around with what time of the day works the best for you with that light. I find that in the evenings, the light is not as good. I still get that blue hue or halo on my photos if it's not the right time of day. Over the summer, for me here in the Northern Hemisphere, I'm in Canada, picture taking is the best earlier in the morning, like between 9 and noon, roughly. Over the winter, that is later in the day, just because the days are a lot shorter and there's a lot more darkness than there is light. But once again, you're gonna have to play with that and see what works the best for you. That's just what I have found. The foam core board, if you want to purchase it, is really inexpensive. You can find it at the Dollarama, Dollar Store, Dollar Tree. They're only a couple of bucks, so they are not a lot of money at all. And if you utilize the tips that I share with you in this video, essentially that's really the only purchase you're going to need to make. So it's totally affordable taking your photos this way and getting fantastic photos in the process as well. So you can see in this video that I have multiple layouts on my foam core board right now. Taking pictures of them is going to be the same no matter what size scrapbook layout or project you create. There are other tools out on the market, light boxes and that sort of thing, that you can use for taking photos. They obviously climb in price. This is the most financially conscious, we'll say, option that I have found so far. The next thing you're going to want to keep in mind is getting yourself high enough above your photos to leave lots of room around the photo for cropping. So you can see that I'm standing on my kitchen chair right now. I do that because it gives me the height I need to hold my phone over the photos. So I have one layout here now. I just moved the other ones out of the way. And if I hold my phone high enough and level, you want to be sure that your hand holding your phone is as level as possible. It just makes it a little bit easier so you don't have to play with the perspective later on and get it perfectly square on your screen. So I have my phone held high enough that I have a good margin around my layout so that when I go to edit my photo, I can crop that down and the picture will be crisp and clear. Utilize the grid that is on your screen when you have the camera open to help you keep the photo as straight as possible. I like to use the horizontal line to line up with the bottom of the white foam core board before I snap a photo. I'll show you the process of how I do this by doing a screen recording, and then I'll voice over the rest of the video, and then I'll also walk you through what app I use to edit my photos, how I brighten them and crop them down, and basically get them ready for posting to social media. Once again, just remember, this process is the same for any size project that you want to share to your social media, whether it's a single page layout like this, a double page layout, a 6x8, it really doesn't matter. The principles are all the same. Okay, so this part is a two-step process. I begin a three-step process. I begin by snapping my photo, remembering to use one of the horizontal lines in the grid on your photo screen to line up with the bottom of the white foam core board, snap my photo, and then I go to my photo album on my phone, select that photo and use the three dots to adjust it that kind of form a triangle to brighten my photo. I like to use the vivid option. You choose whatever you like the best, but I find that I get the best results using the vivid option. Save that photo and then head over to PicsArt. PicsArt is a free app and it's super easy to use. I begin by selecting the purple plus button at the bottom of the screen, select my photo, and then I crop it. I do use the straightening tool as well if I need to. If you don't, that's fine, just crop it. I like to crop it as close to the edges of my layout as possible. And then I move on. You select apply once you have done that, so it saves that. Then I move on to selecting the tools option again to adjust. In the adjust function, you'll want to adjust the highlights and the shadows. Drag the toolbar up to 100% for both of those. And then I select the clarity function and drag that to 50%. Select apply. That will save the changes that you made. You'll select the down arrow from the top toolbar to save it, but select don't save so that it doesn't save in two different albums in your photos. And there is the simplest and easiest way to achieve professional, bright looking photos to save to your social media. So I hope these tips help you out with taking photos for sharing your completed projects to social media. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box down below. I will do my best to answer them. And if you enjoyed videos like this and you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you tagging along with us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and a like, and I will be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, friends.